Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Fearless Broadcasting and the Wild West Racing League here at Nashville Speedway for the final race before the Championship 4. This is for the top 4 settler here tonight at Nashville Speedway. My name is Pat Wilkinson up in the booth. Nobody with us today, unfortunately. Barry Stevens is also away for the foreseeable future, unfortunately. Barry, if you're out there, we do miss you, and we hope to see you again soon. Tonight is going to be one heck of a race, ladies and gentlemen, here at Nashville Superspeedway. But before we begin, we must call attention to the very tragic news earlier this week. Former NASCAR driver Greg Biffle, his family, and a handful of others were tragically killed in a plane crash down in the Carolinas. Tonight, we at the Wild West Racing League, Fearless Broadcasting, and the entire NASCAR community put our hearts and minds together for the Biffle family and to all those lost in this tragedy. At lap 15, there will be a competition caution. The broadcast will be changed over to my own personal in-car, and we will be doing either a yellow pace lap at lap 16 or a full red flag on the front stretch in remembrance of Greg Biffle. We thank you all for understanding. We hope you enjoy tonight's broadcast. And let's have some fun. Excuse me. Excuse me. Your Championship 6. James Napier leading the way. Trey Smith in second. Keith Ayers in third. Tanner Ensign in fourth. Justin Bell in fifth. And Dakota Henderson is also tied for fifth place. Only 4 will be going on next week to Indianapolis Motor Speedway in contest for the championship. January 4th. Next week, we will all be off for Christmas. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and any and all holidays you all celebrate. From us to you, here at the Wild West Racing League and at Fearless Broadcasting. So we're going to watch qualifying get underway. We will be back in just a moment. This is the TNR Designs Wild West Racing League Truck Series here at Nashville Superspeedway. This is Pat Wilkinson up in the booth, and this is Fearless Broadcasting. Stay fast and stay fearless. Apologies for that, folks. You might see me jump into my truck as well at the start of the race. Do not fear, I am not racing tonight. We are covering the race, full stop. But again, I want to make sure that I am in it for the tribute to Greg Biffle. It is a absolute catastrophe that this has happened. Very much a driver for the fans, stood up for a lot of what NASCAR has been doing recently in terms of, you know, for the fans, by the fans kind of mentality. And despite my very limited knowledge on Greg Biffle, I'm very much a newer fan to NASCAR as I've gotten older, but he was a heck of a driver and one hell of a family man. And it is truly a shame that a man like that is gone so soon. Not on replay. There we go. Live. All right. So, leading the way for tonight's race, starting in first is Justin Bell in the number 8 Chevrolet, followed in second on the outside by Scott Rush in the 04 Ford. Kristen Elliott in the number 91. James Napier in the number 77, Brighton Coleman in the number 40, Trey Smith in the number 1, Tanner Ensign in the number 44, Michael Lovelace in the 68 Toyota, Dakota Henderson in the number 5, Keith Ayers in the number 19, Brandon Harris in the number 33, Mike Presley in the number 0, Ethan Farless in the number 28, Jacob Shoffett in the 00, Timothy McDonald in the 88. And of course, I am not racing tonight, so despite my name being up there, I do not count in this race. Of course, the trucks, to keep an eye on tonight are the trucks of James Napier, Trey Smith, Keith Ayers, Tanner Ensign, Justin Bell, and Dakota Henderson. Of course, a handful of tribute trucks out there tonight, such as the number 1 of Trey Smith, riding on board with him now to get ready to go green flag racing here at Nashville Superspeedway. Coming back around behind the pace car, we'll jump back on board with our leader Justin Bell as we get ready to go green flag racing. This is Fearless Broadcasting with the Wild West Racing League Truck Series semifinals as the pace car pulls off.
Green flag,
I just realized my HUD's still on, and we are green flag. For just 1 second. Sorry about that, folks. We are back now. We are back. HUD's off, everything's set. Forgot to turn some of my audio settings off. Big slide. Very close call there from, let's see who that is in just a second. I believe that is a 77 of James Napier in 5th place with one heck of a slide. It is number 77, rocking a new paint job this week. Very classy Colts paint job. Nashville running some tests earlier today. Very tricky little track. Very loose, very dirty, a lot of marble out there. Makes it very difficult for a racing surface to race on. Starting lap 3 of 70 here at Nashville. Justin Bell kind of pulling away here. Huge run off of these guys. About 5 or 6 car lengths by looks of it off of the 04. Excuse me, that's shortening up pretty quick now. It's about the same. Scott Rush trying to chase down the 8 of Justin Bell, followed by Trey Smith down in third, who's about another 2 or 3 car lengths behind the 04. James Napier reaching it out chased down by the 19 of Keith Ayers and Brighton Coleman, excuse me. Pack of 4 down here. 4th through 7th, all trying to make that place up, catch up to the top 3. Tanner Ensign falling a little bit further back. He's got a little bit of trouble there, getting real loose into the entry of 1, being chased down. A little closer, Tanner, than Michael is to Ethan. Michael under a little bit of pressure. Whoa, a bit of a slide there from the 32 of Brandon Harris. Brandon Harris losing momentum, getting chased down by the 88 of Timothy McDonald, running all the way down to the bottom of the racetrack and makes a beautiful clean pass, but 33 is not going to let him just have it. Slides all the way to the top of the racetrack, keeps it off the wall, and keeps it going straight. 00 of Jacob Shoffett just behind them, challenging for a position as well. Presley in the number 0 subway truck, as you see on screen. Running down in 14th position. Dakota Henderson, excuse me. Down in last place. Unusual to see Dakota in such a position. He's usually very fast at these shorter tracks, as I have experienced more than once myself, I will admit. Dakota is usually one of the fastest guys out there. Maybe he's just struggling to get warmed up. This is a very tricky track to get warmed up to, especially with how dirty and how loose this concrete style track is. We will jump back on board with our leader now. He is still running away with in second place. Start of lap 9 here at Nashville Superspeedway, excuse me. Wild West Racing League Truck Series coverage brought to you by Fearless Broadcasting and SDK Gaming and their iRacing Live timing system. Only the best for the broadcasting system of iRacing. Back around to begin lap number 10 here at Nashville Speedway. Justin Bell just seems to have that truck in another zip code out there tonight. Maybe he's got some really fine adjustments that are just letting him run away with it. Down the back. A little bit further back. 77 once again. 77 chasing down the 1, and the 91 chasing down him. On the left side of your screen there, the blue truck with the yellow wing. Scott Rush in the 04 down in 5th, getting chased down by the 19 of Keith Ayers. Tanner Ensign, another few car lengths back, being chased down by both the 40 and the 28 of Ethan Farless and Brighton Coleman, who are duking it out between each other side by side down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Ethan Farless with a good run on the bottom. We'll see if he can make it stick this time. Brighton Coleman beats the wall, gets really loose, and we jump back a little bit further. Michael Lovelace in the number 68 Toyota. A lot of trucks really not having momentum out here tonight. Very unusual for these trucks to be so slow as one truck beats the wall. Timothy McDonald with a huge hit on the wall. Can't tell if we've got right front damage, excuse me. freight front? What? Forgive me, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long day. Landon Harris in number 33 being chased down by Mike Presley. This is the battle for last place, unfortunately, for both of these guys. Hopefully, as more rubber gets laid down, the track will warm up and start working out for these guys. As we start at lap 14. Justin Bell still absolutely running away with it over Trey Smith. And the rest of this little pack back here of Trey Smith, James Napier, and Preston Elliott. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing your name, Mr. Elliott, but I believe that's how you're saying it. Come to lap 15. This is the competition caution, of course, for Mr. Greg Biffle. You will be seeing an inside POV of my truck as we are under the tribute caution. So don't go away. The broadcast is not ending. We will be back in just a few minutes. Thank you. I wish there was more to say on my own end in terms of what happened this past week. And I don't believe there's anything else to say apart from Mr. Greg Biffle, wherever you are. Thank you for the memories. Thank you for the time you gave the fans, your supporters, your loved ones, and that we hope wherever you and your loving family are, that you get to see what we're giving you in return for all the times you stood up for the fans, for all the times you made someone smile, for all the times you gave someone just your time of day. As we see the pace car pull off, we are green flag once again here at Nashville Superspeedway, lap 18 of 70. Keith Ayers leading the way on the bottom. Justin Bell taking off like a rocket once again. Now the whole field's been stacked up. Justin Bell running away with it, almost cutting the nose off that 19, getting real close to it. Justin Bell, Kreishon Elliott, I believe. Jacob Schaffet, Trey Smith, James Napier, Tanner Ensign, Dakota Henderson, Ethan Farless, Scott Rush, Wrighton Coleman, Mike Presley, Michael Lovelace, Brandon Harris, and Timothy McDonald. Justin Bell leading the pack through turns 3 and 4 once again. Absolutely running away with the show. This is the TNR Designs Truck Series from the Wild West Racing League here at Nashville Superspeedway. My name is Pat Wilkinson up in the booth. This is Fearless Broadcasting, brought to you by SDK Gaming and iRacing Live Timing. Justin Bell by Keith Ayers by Trey Smith and Kreishon Elliott are your top four. Trey Smith and Keith Ayers fighting each other for second place, just a little bit further back. Keith Ayers trying to hold on to the second place position in the 19 Coors, being chased down by the number 1 of Trey Smith. Kreishon Elliott pushing really hard in the number 91 truck just behind Trey. Running the bottom, trying to make something work. 19 gets real wide off of 2, letting the 1 of Trey Smith run on the bottom. Under pressure now from the 91 on the bottom as well. 19 trying to run the middle line here. 77 of James Napier coming up real close. Thankfully, no contact between the two. 19 trying to run a higher line through 1 and 2. Once again, not sure if he's trying to get a good momentum, off of the turn down the backstretch. I'm not entirely sure if he's working out for him as he dives down to the bottom this time through turns 3 and 4. 44 of Tanner Ensign just behind him, about 3 car lengths back. Chasing him down, trying to get back at him. Slowly closing the gap. Still about 3 car lengths, but getting a little bit better run off the corners there. Getting the help from the grab on the backstretch as they dive through turns 3 and 4 once again, down to 1 truck ahead of them. Tanner Ensign might be making the move here for 5th place. Half a truck now. Yeah, about 1 truck, excuse me. I really got to work on my visual distancing. Apologies, folks. Half a truck and closing. 44 on the 19. Down to the bottom on the backstretch. At his fender door and getting really close to passing him. Side by side through turns 3 and 4. Maybe a little bit of contact there. Both under pressure from the 5 of Dakota Henderson. Will they go 3 wide to turns 1 and 2? Looking like they might. Dakota's really thinking about it, I think. 44 and the 19 still side by side. Dakota trying to push the 44 on the bottom. Both getting real loose on the bottom as well, as the 44 and the 5 make their way past the 19. And the 40 of Wrighton Coleman also trying to catch the 19. Does the 19 have problems? I don't believe 19 pitted, so I believe he's on older tire, perhaps trying to run a longer run strategy so that he has better tire at the end of the race to hopefully pick up another win here at Nashville Superspeedway. We will jump back to our leader here. He is running off to the races at the moment. Justin Bell is cleared by a mile over second place of Trey Schmidt and third of Kryshawn Elliott. James Napier pressuring the both of them still, not as much. I say that, he's trying to make a move on the 91 here. Getting a good slipstream down the backstretch, down to the bottom. He's below the 91, door to door, coming off of turn 4 now. With a good run off of 4, maybe into turn 1, he'll get him. 91 has a little bit more speed on the straights. But James Napier blows right on by him with an excellent entry into turns 1 and 2. And well up to third. Farless. A bit of a pack back here, chasing down the 19, 28 of Ethan Farless, of course, 33 of Brandon Harris, the 0 of Mike Presley, the 68 of Michael Lovelace, the 04 of Scott Rush, the 88 of Timothy McDonald, and the 00 of Jacob Schaffin. A lot of fellow Fearless teammates, unfortunately, not having a great night out there, as Ethan Farless being one leading the way, is only in 9th place. Not to, of course, diss my teammates, but just the way it's going up for them out there tonight. A little unfortunate, but the way it goes. It's racing. Ethan Farless under pressure from the 33 and the 0. 28 running the top, right behind the 19. 19 can get heck out of the way. 28 diving down, blocking the 33 a little bit. That's okay. Not an intentional, dive bomb or anything big like that, but enough to say, hey, get out of my way. 33 falling back a little bit. 19 in the 0, chasing down the 33. Ayers is really struggling out there. I'm not sure if he's trying to run a 35-lap strategy through a one-stop pit race, run the most of fuel he can and most tire he can, and conserve the rest of the way and hope for a late caution. I'm not sure that's going to work out for him. Of course, again, having joined them in practice tonight before the session started, and before our broadcast here on Fearless Broadcasting. This track is a very interesting track to run. It grains very quickly. You destroy tires here. And it is very, very loose. There's not a lot of grip on this racetrack, and that's what makes it interesting to run. We'll jump back to our leader now, the 8 of Justin Bell, who is over a second and a quarter clear now, which is amazing because he is just off to the races in that pickup truck. This is the TNR Designs Truck Series with the Wild West Racing League here at Nashville Superspeedway. Big slide from James Napier on the corner of your screens. He's starting to get real loose too. A lot of these guys that pitted at the tribute caution are going to start needing to think about, do they wait out to lap 50, use another set then, and also hope for another caution, or do they wait and extend out as long as they can, much the same as Keith Ayers, as Ethan Farless is in the pits. Coming in for his pit stop. Going a lap down in the process at least. Back on board with Justin Bell for the time being. We'll jump back once again to Trey Smith down in second. Being chased down by the 77 of James Napier. Both of these guys are really going for it. Really fast drivers out there tonight. But nobody's able to catch Justin Bell as he is over a second and a half clear now. Watch out coming off of pit road here. Trying to stay down on the bottom out of everybody's way as he's now, I believe, 2 laps down after that pit stop. '77 really trying to chase down the 1 truck here. Running all the way down to the bottom of the racetrack. 1 and the 77 almost side by side coming off of turn 2. 77 is only about a quarter truck length off of his bumper and only gaining as we come through to start lap 39 here at Nashville. We jump back a little further once again. We jump back to the 33. Oh, excuse me, here's that. As soon as we jumped away, James Napier decided to make his move. My apologies, folks. James Napier running all the way down to the bottom. I don't know if Trey overshot into the brake mark to enter into turn 1. Trey trying to go a little aggressive here to get that position back on the high side. Got to be careful not to overdo it. Ethan Farley starting to hold up traffic as Kreishawn Elliott is trying to get by him. "40 laps completed out of 70. We've got 30 laps to go here at Nashville Superspeedway. This is Fearless Broadcasting. My name is Pat Wilkinson up in the booth. We are happy to be here with you on this beautiful Sunday night. Just before Christmas. 28, still kind of in the way, unfortunately, for the number 1 and the number 91 of Trey Smith and Kreishawn Elliott, respectively. Might go 3 wide down the backstretch. Huge slide from the number 91 there as he takes 3rd place. Ethan Farley's really starting to hold up traffic here. James Napier is starting to get a few, about a half-second clear, I'd say, of 3rd place. Now that we're a little more situated, we'll jump back a little further. We'll jump back to the 40 of Brighton Coleman. Entering turns 1 and 2 right now. Number 40 Ford F-150 on your screen. Number 33 of Brandon Harris, just off the left side, excuse me. The beautiful Toyota Racing retro style paint job. I love that old paint job for these Toyota pickups. It harkens back to I believe, the original TRD design, Toyota Racing Development Team, and their Baja 1000 program, or their Stadium Super Truck program. It's one of the two. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was one of the two. Keith Ayers down in the pits. Or is he just coming out? He's just coming out. So having served his pit stop, he's probably got fresh rubber now. He made that truck last a long time. And we'll have to see if that gamble paid off, because I don't believe he pit. He's got 27 laps to make up a lot of places. And Timothy McDonald has crashed. Why am I below? Apologies, folks. Hang on. Oh, I was doing pictures earlier. And the caution comes out. Timothy McDonald has put it in the trailer. Or at least jumped in pits. Oh, big one into the wall. Huge crash for the number 88. Luckily, didn't get anybody else caught up in that. But having to get towed back to pit lane, that is a very unfortunate unfortunate situation. You can see that he's trying to keep it rolling, but just could not get it off the racetrack and could not get it restarted. Very unfortunate for the number 88 truck. Hopefully they get him towed back pretty quick. They serve a good fast repair on him and he can get back on out there. We are under caution for the second time tonight, excuse me. Second time tonight. Justin Bell by James Napier. By Kreishon Elliott, by Trey Smith, by Dakota Henderson, by Tanner Ensign, by Brandon Harris, by Brighton Coleman, by Michael Loveless, by Mike Presley, by Jacob Schaffet, by Scott Rush, by Keith Ayers, by Ethan Farless, and by Timothy McDonald. As everybody comes down to pit road, except for, once again, the number 19 of Keith Ayers, who's now going to make up his position on the racetrack. As the lucky dog, I believe, yes, as he goes on by, he will be at the tail end of the longest line this time by. We will come back to you in just a moment as everybody comes off of pit road. It's going to be Justin Bell by Kreishon Elliott, by Dakota Henderson, Trey Smith, Tanner Ensign, James Napier. Oh, excuse me, we've got some shuffling going on. We will wait just 1 second here, folks. Okay, it's official now. Excuse me. Justin Bell by Kreishon Elliott, by Dakota Henderson, by Tanner Ensign, by Trey Smith, James Napier, Brandon Harris, excuse me, Michael Loveless, Jacob Schaffet, Brighton Coleman, Scott Rush, Mike Presley, Keith Ayers, Ethan Farless, and Timothy McDonald, who is still in the pits. They come back around, getting stacked up behind the pace car once again here at Nashville Superspeedway. Ethan Farless pulling a Kyle Busch there, buddy, eh? Helping the pace car around the racetrack as he's led on by. As a wave around, we will now be only 1 lap down. Must have had a long pit stop or spun out on entry. I did not see that in my notification, but at least he's only 1 lap down. There's plenty of racing left to go here at Nashville Superspeedway. If there is another caution, and if a few more trucks get taken out, he is still in contention for one heck of a race. Once again, Keith Ayers at the back of the field, of course, as the lucky dog, is now running his strategy once again. I believe only having pit the 1 time. He has the most to lose by trying to make this extended strategy work out for him. As Ethan Farless rejoins the rear of the field, we'll jump back on board with Justin Bell. We roll up, pace car is off, entering the restart zone. We are green flag once again here at Nashville Superspeedway. Very slow start from the number 8 of Justin Bell, Dakota Henderson right under that truck's wing. Kreishon Elliott on the outside getting some help from the 44. The one on the bottom up with Dakota Henderson in the 5 as they come off of turn 2. And then we have a car around. The 00. Jacob Schaffet spins off of 2. Gets loose off of 2 and loses it. Dings the 4. Dings the 40. I believe he might have gotten collected by the 0. Very unfortunate. Managed to get it back around. But he is now dropped down to the last car on the lead lap as we are now under our 3rd caution of the night here in Nashville. Superspeedway. Justin Bell taking up his position behind the pace car once again. Third caution of the night. Wild West Racing League and Fearless Broadcasting here on a beautiful Sunday night in December. As once again the whole field gets stacked up. I don't believe we're going to have any takers for pit. I don't think we're going to have any, as Ethan Farless goes on by as the lucky dog. He is now back on the lead lap. We will jump to Timothy McDonald. Timothy McDonald is back in this race. 3 laps down, unfortunately. He might get the wave around, but you never know. Short track, well, shorter track racing can really lead you anywhere. And I will admit that is a beautiful, beautiful Budweiser paint job on that number 88 truck. I will admit, just as a personal note, not nitpicking anybody's paint jobs or nothing up here. I'm just a broadcaster tonight. I'm surprised we don't have any more Christmas paint jobs. I think I'm the only one that actually has a Christmas-themed paint. Again, I'm not nitpicking and I'm not telling anybody what they have to do, but it's the Sunday before Christmas. You never know. As we come back around, Justin Bell leading the way, choosing the bottom once again as we come around. One more lap to go under caution. Let's take a look here on our other graphic to see how many we have left to go. We will have 18 laps to go. Oh, excuse me, on this restart. 8 by 5 by 1 by the 91. 4 of the fastest trucks in this league are duking it out for the last 18 laps of this race. Justin Bell having led the way the whole night, being chased down by Dakota Henderson on the outside, being pushed by the one of Trey Smith. Kreishawn Elliott in 4th. Tanner Ensign in 5th. Brandon Harris in 6th. James Napier in 7th. Scott Rush in 8th. Michael Lovelace in 9th. Keith Ayers in 10th. Mike Presley in 11th. Brighton Coleman in 12th. Jacob Schaffa in 13th. Ethan Farless in 14th. And Timothy McDonald is 3 laps down in 15th. As we come back around, pace car pulls off of the racetrack. Entering the restart zone once again. 18 laps to go here at Nashville Superspeedway. Trey Smith getting right under the wing of the 8. Green flag once again here at Nashville. 8 with another huge jump on that restart. 1 in the 44 trying to keep up on the bottom. Dakota Henderson on the top. Almost going 3 wide there at Nashville. Out of the exit of 2. 1 by the 44 pushing each other, trying to get back up to chase that number 8 truck down. Bit here to join the pack. We'll jump on board with Dakota Henderson. 5 trucks battling it out for 2nd place, trying to chase down the number 8 of Justin Bell. The 1, 5, 44, 77, and the 91. Also being chased down by the 04 on the right side of your screen there. Riding on board with the 5 of Dakota Henderson right now. We have another caution. I'm not sure what happened. I really don't know what happened. I've got nothing in my notification. I've got nothing saying anything happened at all. So that is a bit interesting. Forgive me, folks. I'm also taking a quick look through the broadcast booth and all of our social channels. I'm not sure what is going on here or what has happened. And I see the great debate of where pit road entry was not entirely settled, as the 28 and the 40 kind of cut off the 19 of Keith Ayers. But this is, again, what I was talking about earlier. The 19 choosing to go as long as he can on his completely separate strategy to make something happen for himself during this race. Almost overshooting his box. He did overshoot. Very unfortunate for him. It'll be slow stop off the pit road. Hope he can get back out there pretty quick. Full stop for him, tires and gas. He comes back out on the racetrack. Still ahead of Jacob Schoffett. Not sure what happened to him. Jacob Schoffett may have a penalty from somewhere. He pulls back out onto pit road and resumes the race. He is down in 14th place. I'm not entirely sure what happened. I'm sure we will find out later on. We jump back on board with our leaders as they come back around. 1 lap to go under caution. We'll have 13 laps of racing left to go here at Nashville Superspeedway. This is the Wild West Racing League TNR Designs Truck Series at Nashville Superspeedway, brought to you by SDK Gaming and their iRacing live timing service, and of course, Fearless Broadcasting. After the race is over, we will stay live for just a moment, and we will get a good photo set up from the lap 16 tribute when we all stopped on pit road on the front stretch. I'll make sure that we have at least one good picture before we sign off for tonight. Come back around. Nashville's turn 4. Pace car is off. Justin Bell and Trey Smith side by side. Dakota Henderson on the bottom, Tanner Ensign on the top. Green flag once again. 13 laps to go. Trey Smith with a huge start, getting a really good jump. Dakota Henderson poking his nose in there a little bit. Justin Bell starting to run away with it again. Dakota Henderson and Trey Smith side by side. Tanner Ensign and James Napier side by side behind them. Really wide from Trey Smith. Almost 3 wide for a minute there. Very close call as Justin Bell roars off once again. Side by side, turn 22. Once again, we will jump back on board with Tanner Ensign, the number 44. 3 wide down the backstretch. One, this 44 and 77, top, middle, and bottom. Chase down the back of Dakota Henderson. Trey Smith pushing Dakota a little bit there. 44 tapping the wall. 68 and 0 going at it a little bit. Squad of 4 trying to chase down Dakota Henderson now, who are all trying to chase down Justin Bell. Some good side-by-side action coming off of 2. 3 wide of paint again. A little bit of Loveless. 4 wide. Almost, I think. Still 3 wide. Oh! Jacob Schoffett's around! And he doesn't get hit. Wow, that was close. Keeps it rolling. No caution. Justin Bell roaring away with it once again. Very close follow from Jacob Chocolate. Incredible save despite getting on the grass. He managed to keep that thing going forward. Didn't bring out another caution as we have 9 laps to go this time by. Jump back once again with our pack of 3 chasing down third place here. Trey Smith, James Napier, Tanner Enzyme, and Kreishawn Elliott all trying to chase down third place. 44, Tanner Enzyme currently. James Napier, Kreishawn Elliott, and Trey Smith are chasing him down. Side by side, 191. Jump back a little bit further. And Mike Loveless once again. Huge pack back here. Mike Presley, Scott Rush, Mike Loveless who are on board with now. There's Brandon Harris and Brighton Coleman. All trying to make up some speed and get going here again. Keith Ayers for number 19. Once again, of course, with the most to lose with the unique strategy of going as long as possible. If the cautions were placed a little bit better for him, I think it might have worked out a little better, unfortunately for him. He's still making good headway, though. He's still in a pinnacle spot. He's in 10th place currently, being chased down by the number 28 of Ethan Farless and Brandon Harrison, the number 33. He's also chasing down the 68 of Michael Loveless, running up to the outside into turns 1 and 2, following the 0-4 and the 0 in front of them, respectively. Scraping the wall a little bit there. Laps to go here at Nashville Superspeedway. This is the Wild West Racing League. Brought to you by SDK Gaming and Fearless Broadcasting. Justin Bell starting to get under pressure a little bit here. Dakota Henderson and Tanner Enzyme are starting to close in a little bit. Dakota is about 7 or 8 trucks behind him. Not sure if he's really gaining, but he's keeping the pressure on in case there is another caution. We're just down to 4 laps to go this time by, or 3 laps to go this time by, excuse me. Justin Bell, having dominated the race, is trying to run away with it. I think Dakota Henderson is starting to chase him down, though. Not sure if he's got problems or if he shredded those tires, but Dakota is definitely gaining in those corners. Justin Bell may have used too much too early as we're coming down, and we have another caution on the track. James Napier. Let's jump back a little bit here. Oh boy. 77 meters, double zero. Double zero doors him a little bit. Whoa! Oh boy. That might lead to some words after the race. Very, very interesting. Of course, it's not my call, but that may have been a bit intentional. And if that was some very, very poor racing from the double zero of Jacob Schoffett. as everyone comes down pit road once again. Actually, 3 cars have stayed out. Dakota Henderson, Tanner Ensign, Ethan Farless are now your top 3. We'll change graphics once again. Dakota Henderson now leading the way. Tanner Ensign and Ethan Farless are your top 3. Justin Bell, Kreishawn Elliott, and Trey Smith are 4th through 6th. Keith Ayers, Mike Presley, Scott Rush, Brandon Harris, Michael Lovelace, Brighton Coleman, James Napier, and Jacob Shoffett. Fifth caution of the night. This will be a green-white checkered finish to the end, if we can complete 1 lap. Of course, with how NASCAR's rules work, in case you aren't aware, green-white checkered is once we get stacked up once again, as we are doing so now, we'll have 1 green flag lap, and then it'll be the final lap of the race, the white flag, where it's all bets are off. So whatever happens, once that white flag drops, there's no cautions, there's no flags, there's nothing. It is race until the engine blows, or until you get caught up in the catch fence. And there's not a lot of in between. So, this is where it gets decided if we can make the first lap. Just a reminder, your championship contenders are James Napier, Trey Smith, Keith Ayers, Tanner Ensign, Justin Bell, and Dakota Henderson. 4 spots are open for the Final 4 race at Indianapolis, but 2 will be eliminated tonight. The last truck on the lead lap. Unfortunately, I might think if he's got a lot of damage, he might not be in contention for the Final 4 as we come back. Dakota Henderson blocking off the outside just a little bit. Ethan Farless trying to push him. Green flag is out once again at Nashville. Dakota Henderson and Ethan Farless both spinning them up a little bit. 44 and the 8 on the high side getting a really good run into turns 1 and 2. 44 a little high. Come off of turn 2, 28 slides up, and then comes back down, blocking the way of the 91. 5 by the 44 and the 8, running away with it. Dakota Henderson, and Justin Bell are your top 3. Ethan Farless slides all the way to the bottom. White flag this time, coming back no matter what. Tanner Ensign on the bottom. Dakota Henderson on top. Gets doored by the 8. Gets punted by the 91. Keeps it going straight, and he's in the wall! And up in the air! Takes out the 91. We're still going! Tanner Ensign's out your leader. Being chased down by the 8. Of Justin Bell. Tanner Ensign is going to win this race, but Trey Smith might get hit. No, he doesn't. It's Tanner Ensign by Justin Bell and Trey Smith. Keith Ayers in 4th. Brandon Harris in 5th. Scott Rush in 6th. James Napier in 7th. Michael Lovelace in 8th. Mike Presley in 9th. Brighton Coleman in 10th. Ethan Farless in 11th. Kreishawn Elliott in 12th. Dakota Henderson with a crash on the last lap comes down in 13th. Timothy McDonald in 14th, despite his best efforts, finished 3 laps down. Jacob Shoffett put it in the trailer. And of course, me not having raced. As the drivers pull up to the checkered line. I believe they are also doing a bit of their own salute. Oop. And there's Dakota. Their own salute to Mr. Greg Biffle. We will have the official championship results in a few moments, as we will jump to the radios and see who we can talk to here. Let's see if we can find Trace Smith.
This one's for every one of those fans in the stands that pull for me every week and take all the bullshit from everybody else.
Trace Smith, this is Pat Wilkinson up in the booth. How do you got me?
Oh, I got you loud and clear, bro. My heart's pounding. I am very under the fucking weather, but damn.
One heck of a race from you. You were chasing down Justin Bell pretty much all night. He just seemed to have it on you for basically the whole race, unfortunately. Do you think it was just something that he had over you? Do you think you had a little bit of a setup problem? What was it?
God knows. It's hard telling, man. Justin's a hell of a driver. Well, definitely felt like if Justin didn't have the night he had and have the speed he had, I definitely think it was going to be me. Nashville's so tricky. We run one hell of a setup to where we could use the top if we absolutely needed it to. And it definitely came in clutch right there at the end. Yeah, there's a lot that we're gonna have to go over, and I think got them off tomorrow. But overall, though, just a super proud night. I'll take a third. I believe we locked ourselves into the final four next week, so definitely excited to be battling for a championship, especially at my home tracks.
I won't torture you by keeping you on too much longer then. Congratulations on a respectable third place, and we will have the results shortly, I hope, and we hope to see you next week at Indianapolis.
Brighton, just want you, or not Brighton, excuse me, Pat. Sorry, brother. Just want to let you know, next week, if I win that championship, it'll be a lot of beer drinking for you, buddy.
We'll discuss that next week. How's that sound?
Yes, sir. We'll see what happens.
All right. Well, you take it easy. Get better, my friend.
Yes, sir. Thank you, brother.
That was your third place finisher of Trace Smith in the number one. Let's see if we can find Justin Bell.
Spinning the fucking tires, burning the engine out of it.
There he is, right there. This is Pat Wilkinson up in the booth. You got me.
Yes, sir. How you doing, Pat?
All right. One hell of a race from you, my friend. You just seem to have another zip code turned onto your GPS. What do you think you had over the competition out there tonight?
I mean, first and foremost, I want to give this memorial out to the Biff and his family. This 1-2-3 finish at Enzyme Motorsports was amazing, and this truck was bad fast. I'm almost as fast as the Biff was at Michigan when I was last race. I can't explain how good it felt to run there. The 2-tire or the 4-tire call there might have been the move on the last caution there, but you really never know until you do it. So, I mean, kind of ate it, but I'm glad that Tanner got in on the points thing for his playoffs. So, just happy to be on the podium here.
All right. Is there anything you'd like to say to the fans before we let you go?
Not at all. Thanks for hopping on a broadcast. I'm so glad that we have one, especially for a special night like this with this memorial going on. And it's just a somber moment, and I'm glad we can honor the right people and the right things. And I want to thank Tanner at Enzyme. He brought me on this year, and this truck's been nothing but fast. First year out, and we're looking for a championship. And luckily, I think we missed the playoffs just by a little bit, but we'll see him next year. But hopefully, we'll go and win it at Indy.
Well, we'll have to see what the points say later tonight. I don't think we're going to have them in time by the end of our broadcast, but regardless, congratulations on a fantastic second place and one hell of a run from you all night out there. That was simply masterclass racing.
Thank you, sir.
You have a good night. Take care.
You too.
That was your second place finisher of Justin Bell. We have our race winner now, Tanner Enzyme.
Driving
home. This is
for
Pat
all the
Wilkinson
supporters
up
out
in the
there,
booth. How do you got
and all
me?
you haters, I see you.
I got you, buddy. How you doing tonight?
We're doing pretty good, my friend. What do you think got you that win at the end of that race? Because that was a fantastic finish.
This is slowly becoming one of my favorite tracks. I did it a couple weeks ago in the Xfinity car. Kind of a similar circumstance, really. caution come out late. I stayed out on old tires. Dakota stayed out on old tires, and the 8 was on fresh tires in that race also, and somehow I made it work. First and foremost, I just want to say what a hell of a time to get your first win of the season. It's an honor to run this Greg Biffle final race tribute truck and bring it to victory lane. Not only that, we were 1, 2, 3 with the 6 that we had out there. Thoughts and prayers are with all the friends and family of Greg Biffle and all the ones that perished in the plane accident. But outside of that, I mean, the WoW Outlaw Custom Diecast for F-150 was probably a 5th place truck all night, but I knew there at the end when cars started pitting that was my chance. I needed to be on the front row and have clean air, and it worked out for us.
Well, regardless, congratulations on a wonderful win here at Nashville Speedway and a beautiful paint job and an incredible tribute. Thanks for letting me join in on the tribute as well. And
yeah, of course, man, anytime.
We hope to see whoever wins at Indianapolis not next week, 2 weeks from now. We will be back here once again, and hopefully we'll be talking to you once again, or at least some of your teammates, whoever wins the whole damn show.
Yeah, that's the plan, man. We're going to just look forward to Indy and rock and roll with it. I don't think Justin made it. I think James made it. I'll have to go through and look at the points. But, so yeah, with that, me and Trey are going to have to work real hard to bring this home for Enzyme Motorsports.
Couldn't agree with you more. Congratulations on a hell of a win. Talk about a flair for the dramatic. And we hope to see you again sometime soon.
Yep, we'll talk to you later, Pat.
Always. Have a good one.
You too, buddy.
That was your race winner of Tanner Ensign in the number 44. All 3 Truck Series drivers in the same team for the victory out there tonight of Ensign Motorsports, excuse me. English is failing me for some reason at the moment, and I apologize for that. Before we go, I will be setting up the broadcast to show you all, of course, the tribute red flag from the outside point of view, which we missed during the broadcast because I wanted to join in. But as this coming Thursday is the Christmas season, is officially Christmas Day, actually, I just want you all to remember, especially with who we were tributing tonight. Death can come for you at any time. Life is short. You never know when it's going to get you. You never know how it's going to get you. And you really hope people are there to remember you when you're gone. To all of you out there, we wish you a Merry Christmas, a Happy Holidays, a Happy New Year. And remember, no matter what, somewhere, someone loves you. That all being said, until next time, this is Fearless Broadcasting with the Wild West Racing League TNR Designs Truck Series. My name's Patrick Wilkinson, up in the booth with Fearless Broadcasting. This has been the Nashville Speedway, and we are signing off. Goodbye, farewell, and amen.